calling all my footy fans from all around the globe. Straight out of NYC, this is The Line Breaker.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Line Breaker. I'm Pano.
And I'm Demetri, also known as Juicy. And what a disappointing day it is. Yes, this episode will be nice and short, and we will discuss Barcelona's match in the Champions League away to Monaco. Very disappointing, very upsetting, and just soul-crushing from match day one for us Barca fans.
Sounds like today didn't go too well.
Listen, Barcelona Twitter was hyped, ready to go. Champions League, new beginnings. I was amped up. I had high expectations. I was expecting a big result. You know, the team has been in form, albeit we didn't have Dani Olmo in the lineup because of injury, but even without him, we were looking great in the league leading up to this game. High hopes going into the game. We start a little slow, a little sluggish, and in the 10th minute, Ter Stegen crushes me, kills us. He has the ball at his feet. Two players, one to his left, one to his right. Eric Garcia playing CDM, checking in to receive the ball. Ter Stegen waits, doesn't play him. What happens? Eric Garcia gets closed down. He plays him when there's a player on his back. And then Eric Garcia is leaving that space that he checked into because, you know, it was late. You can't just camp out there. Loses possession, fouls the player on top of the 18, red card, 10th minute. There it goes. It gave me PTSD from the last Champions League fixture which was last season, if you can remember, Araujo's red card against PSG. Crushed our dreams there.
I do remember that.
Same thing here, crushing our dreams.
There is a silver lining, though.
Yeah, there was, but there's that. So the game's going on. We're not looking too great, hanging on again. I have never seen a goalie so terrible in my life. Absolutely awful. The first goal that Monaco scores, Ter Statue is not moving. He is there, just sitting nice and pretty, gets beat on his short side, doesn't even make an effort. Any top goalkeeper, I don't care, oh, it's Ter Stegen, he's good. No, he's not. Any top goalkeeper at any top club in Europe makes that save. They do not get beat short side the way he got beat. Awful. Absolutely awful. So not only did he lead Eric Garcia into getting a red card, he gives up a soft goal short side. The only bright side in the game, I would say, was Casado giving a nice little lob pass to Lamine Yamal. First Champions League goal, second youngest player in the Champions League to score, only behind Ansu Fati, another Barca player. But Lamine Yamal's on the score sheet. Beautiful pass by Casado. I know some Barca fans didn't really rate him and didn't expect much, but he stepped in for Bernal, who went down with a ACL injury early on in the year, and he's been holding his own, so really can't complain.
Okay, can I interrupt you for a second before just because honestly I wanted to interrupt you right after you were talking about the first goal that Monaco scored because look, yes, he was scored on, or Ter Stegen was scored on.
Ter Statue
was scored on by, is it Akliuche? Whatever his name is. He looks like a real baller too. I mean, you can't really fault Ter Stegen there. One, that was a fabulous shot, and two, he basically put it like through two defenders. And it was kind of in Ter Stegen's like blind spot. Like it was an early shot. Like those are high probability shots. He basically split two defenders, and Ter Stegen has like three guys in front of him. So I can't really see that. I think that's harsh. I think obviously the red card, yeah, that's his fault. But I'm saying on the actual goal itself, I feel like that's kind of harsh. I thought it was a really good finish, disguised finish too. I don't think Ter Stegen could do much about that. And in fact, I think Lamine Yamal's goal is very similar, but I think the goalie from Monaco did a much more poor job, and that's a Cone on Monaco. He did a much poorer job on Yamal's goal because one, Yamal's goal wasn't like dead in the corner. It was like a few feet off the corner. There was a lot less defenders and traffic in front of the goalie. And I don't think Lamine hit it with the same amount of venom as Alkiush did. And I'm like I just watched like it was a good shot, but I think the goalie could have done better. That he dove, yes, which is better than Ter Stegen, but I don't know. I think you're being harsh on Ter Stegen on the first goal.
Oh
But
no, no, no. From what we've experienced and what we had to go through over the last few years, this guy, the big moments, the big games just disappears. He just pieces out. I mean, there has to be an effort. There's got to
yeah,
be an effort to go short post.
I
I,
I
I
I
don't
just
know
I
how
don't even
he's
think he thinks that he's gonna shoot that. And I don't
uh,
think he sees it. I really don't. I don't think
I
he sees
think
it.
I can't forgive him. I think it's a very soft goal to give up, and there has to be much better effort than just standing there and looking at it go through. But I mean, we can disagree on this Ter Stegen performance because I thought he was awful. Although he did get,
N-
I think, the
n-
highest rating on the Barca squad. I think he was awful.
No, I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you about the Ter Stegen or disagree with you on the Ter Stegen performance overall. Obviously, he's the one who causes the red card. It's not Eric Garcia's fault. I mean, Eric Garcia did what he thought he had to do basically. So, fair enough. He was put into a bad position by Ter Stegen. All I was saying was that I think you're being a little harsh on Ter Stegen his for him not saving the goal. With that being said, an argument could be made that the space for that goal isn't even opened up had Barca not had a red card, um, which was caused by Ter Stegen. So you could say the goal was his fault just off of the fact that he caused the red card, and that meant that there was more space for Monaco to operate in. By the way, this is a good Monaco squad. Very young, very talented too. A lot of very talented young players in this team,
A
which
good
is what we expect from Monaco.
a good Monaco squad, but definitely should have been beaten by us. But when we shoot ourselves in the foot, when Barca shoots themselves in the foot, these things happen. But again, I'm gonna disagree. There's got to be an effort short post. You can't be getting beat like that. But you know what? Since you like to disagree on the first goal, let's talk about the second goal conceded in the second half. Okay, poor defending. There's a ball being played. Kubarsi jumps, misses the header, but it's not like the be all end all. He's really in a tough spot because the ball's coming with pace. It's not like a lob, and it goes over him. So he makes an effort, he misses. So it's a 1-on-1, and Ter Stegen doesn't come out. So he's like retreating, 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 and then he's like, I guess 3-4 yards off his line. The shot, albeit it's a 1-on-1, the shot is taken. It's a poor shot taken at him. It hits off of him and it goes into the net. So I get it's a 1-on-1, but you're getting it shot at you. You can't deflect it somewhere else. It hits off of him. It goes in the back of the net. Another soft goal. Again, any keeper, I don't care if it's 1-on-1. If you're getting the ball hit at you, they're saving that. Absolutely awful. So that was the second goal, and that was basically the nail in the coffin. And that was from George Kenya.
Yeah, he's by the way, he moved to Monaco this season. He's a youngster. He is 18 years old, I believe. Don't quote me on it, but I'm almost 100% sure he's 18. Yeah, he's 18. He's French and he's really freaking good. Um, I forget what club he moved from, but either way, he's very highly thought of, and
I think he moved from Royal Antwerp.
that sounds about right.
But again, I mean, I get the shot is hit with some pace. It's 1-on-1.
It looks like it's right at Ter
It,
Stegen.
it is right at Ter Stegen. Like he doesn't really make like an effort where he gets like beat and all his momentum's going one way, but like he basically takes like a gamble, but not really where all his body weight shifts. It hits him and goes into the back of the net. Like
Yeah,
any
it was shot right at him. I'm
any
watching it now.
I get it's a 1-on-1, but if a goalie gets bailed out by a terrible shot that goes right at them, Neuer saving it, Courtois saving it, Oblak saving it. I get if it's put into the corner, but right at you, you give up two soft goals, in my opinion, and you give away a pass that puts Eric Garcia in a tough place for a red card, and then he still gets the highest rating on the Barca squad. I don't get it. I don't know who gives these grades out. I don't know what they were watching. Ter Stegen was poor, and what a terrible way to start off our Champions League campaign with a loss to Monaco, and we just have tough games still ahead of us. Still have to play Bayern, and Bayern looks great. So and that's I think 2 match days away. Our next match day is home to Young Boys, I believe. Yeah, so I don't know. I think Ter Stegen should have been sold this summer, and we should have brought in another goalie. But yeah, I don't know. This is an issue that we're gonna have to deal and fight with the
You,
whole season.
you guys weren't even linked with a single goalie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if Ter Stegen's too comfortable because there's no competition in the position because he knows he's gonna start. But I mean, the last time we won the Champions League was with Ter Stegen, but he did have competition where Claudio Bravo was starting in the league. But ever since Claudio Bravo left, I feel like there's been no competition in that position, and he's just been so relaxed because he knows he's going to start. And today he showed us again why he cannot pull through, come up big for us in the big moments, in the big games, in the Champions League. He's failed us again.
What about Diego Cochin, the American guy? Is he? Do you think he gets a shot at the first team role or no?
As long as Ter Stegen's there, I don't see it happening.
Is he highly thought of? Like obviously, like we talk about him in like the U.S. men's national team sphere just because he's American, obviously. Um, but like, is he highly rated within La Masia?
Listen, I couldn't tell you right now, but all I could tell he's not even on the first team
Yeah,
to
no, he's
begin
on
with.
Barca B right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So he wouldn't even start because our backup goalie is Inaki Peña, and then we have Ander Astralaga. So and honestly, both of them come up short to Ter Stegen. So
yeah. I mean,
it just
it's
seems like
interesting. It's
that's like
interesting.
we're gonna have to bite the bullet on that one.
I'm just gonna keep interrupting you on this. It's interesting because I always felt like on the outside looking in, right? Obviously, I don't cover Barca as closely, or I don't follow Barca as closely. You're not exactly a reporter yet to say that you're covering them, but maybe pending. Um, I don't follow them as closely as you to like. I guess like from the outside looking in, I always thought of like Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, as like a solid goalie, good with his feet and just like reliable. Maybe not like amazing, but just a solid overall. So that sounds like it's not actually the case.
I mean, I think he's above. I think he's good with the feet, but just like the decision making and some of his like his reactions aren't great. Again, like Ter statue, it's an actual thing. Like people have been roasting him on Twitter for it, but yeah, he's great with the feet, but decision making not all there.
Okay. No, I got you. I got you. So what's next for Barca?
Honestly, if they didn't shoot themselves in the foot, I think they would have gotten a win. And I think, there's nothing really to worry about. It's just very frustrating. So I think for our next match against Champions League match against Young Boys, I think we should be okay. I'm not gonna, I'm not worried. I'm not sounding the alarms yet. Just very upset and disappointed in the performance tonight. But I think against Young Boys, we'll regroup, come out stronger, and we should see a much better Barca side. And I think with Flick, I think he's gonna have things cleaned up. So I don't think we have to worry too much. I think our next real tough challenge in the Champions League will be against Bayern. That will really show if we have really fixed our flaws. Because if we make mistakes against that team, we're going to be punished badly.
And I have some good news for you, by the way. As long as you don't rate the teams that I'm mentioning. Aside from Bayern, Barca's next four Champions League matches are three out of the four are very winnable. Obviously, you play Young Boys, then you play Bayern, and then in November you play Red Star and Brest. So you don't play Dortmund until December 11th. So you would hope that maybe by then you guys could get your stuff together. And actually, you played Dortmund, okay, December 11th, and then
Away.
yeah, away, which won't be easy, but still, I believe that you guys should beat Dortmund. And yeah, then you have Benfica and Atalanta, but hey, and that's in January. Maybe by then you guys reinforce. So who knows? But look, obviously a very tough day to be a Barca fan. Well, I don't think it's the end of the world. You could
I'd say a
have,
disappointing day.
yeah, disappointing. Look, it's disappointing. Um, but overall, I still think that these are matches. The matches that Barca have should still put them through into the knockout rounds. I genuinely do believe that.
Yeah, I believe that. I'm not gonna go on a whole tangent and sound the alarm on missing the knockout stages, but I would want to see them finish top 8 so we don't have to play the extra fixtures.
Yeah, but you know what? I think Barca will be okay. Look, this is a young team. Remember, they're still learning. Um, and all these guys are gonna get better. Lamine Yamal, obviously, like maybe he didn't have his greatest game. He scored. He didn't have, maybe he could have contributed more. One could argue, but the fact of the matter is that he's contributing. He got 80 minutes under his belt. Solid game. Put up good threats. So as long as the youngsters are doing their thing, I think Barca will be okay. Um, so not too much to stress out about Juicy. Don't worry. Don't worry. Are you feel a little bit better now after you ranted?
I do feel a little better, and just to add to Lamine, I don't even think this is good form. The fact that he's done this consistently for the last 3 months, including the national team, he's basically a walking goal contribution. So I feel very comfortable with him. The only thing that worries me is we got to find spots to give him some rest. Other than that, every time Lamine Yamal's on the
I
field,
agree.
he finds a way to contribute. It's actually incredible. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
We move.
And we are gonna move, okay? Because that has been the end of this episode. We're gonna title it Juicy Rants. Maybe that should be a segment. Juicy Rants. Oh, I like that. What do you think?
It could be something going forward.
The awkward silence there is just deafening. Juicy
What awkward
Rants. Juicy's Barca Rants. Well, I'll put this in the think tank, We'll think this one out. All right, everyone. Well, that was our episode, our little juicy rant on Barcelona's disappointing first Champions League game week. My name is Pana,
I'm Demetri, aka Juicy.
and we're out of here.